Another day, another dollar, another video. So as you guys have seen from TK's Garage OC Motivator, we were up in Vermont with Dodge to go do a winter driving event for the Dodge Charger. Actually the 6-pack cars, the RT and the Scat Pack. And so while we was there, we also had a chance to sit down and have a conversation with Dodge's and now Chrysler's and now Alfa Romeo North America CEO, Matt McAleer. And I asked him some very, very interesting questions because as you guys have seen on videos online, the ZR1, that's not a ZR1, that's a Z06. The ZR1 is a big problem. The ZR1 has more horsepower than the DM170. The ZR1X has even more horsepower than the DM170. And so me being the biggest Corvette ambassador and also Dodge ambassador, because I have my DM170 here that Dodge thankfully helped me get, I have been wondering, when will we actually see stage kits to, let's just say, close the horsepower gap between a DM170 and a ZR1? And we had a conversation with Matt McAleer about this, and I have a very interesting answer on that particular front. Okay, I'm over 55,000 friends. Now, we went to the actual Dodge's event. Like these events that Dodge throws every few months and stuff, they're pretty cool because they give you really the opportunity to see firsthand how these vehicles are very capable outside of what you normally would expect. Because here in North Carolina, I don't normally see snow where I live at and stuff. So it was pretty cool to go and take these cars up into Vermont, because that's where we was at for the last event that we was doing. And see how these cars are capable in literally the snowy conditions, bad conditions, cold conditions. So that was pretty cool doing that event. And then I think we're October, November of last year, we went to the Tail of the Dragon. So we was able to see, even though these cars are almost 5,000 pounds, they are very, very capable. Like Dodge really did some great tuning on these 6-pack cars, and they are very, very capable in literally any scenario. So having said that, we sat down with Matt McAleer for dinner because like pretty much every night you get a chance to sit down and rub elbows with the Dodge brass. And there's a plane to pass by. I don't know if you can hear in the mic or not. It's like an airport. It's like literally 5 minutes from my house. So like these little small little single engine planes always be overhead, which is why I normally don't film outside. Okay, he's gone. So yeah. So was able to rub elbows with Matt McAleer for like literally like 2 or 3 days. And that's when we discovered that he's now the CEO of Dodge, Chrysler, and Alfa Romeo. So he's definitely moving on up to the east side. And I did wanted to ask him a few DM170 specific questions because obviously I am a DM170 owner. So there are a few things about DM170 that I've been pestering him about, specifically him, for the past year, especially when it comes to some other things like the actual recall. Because as you guys remember, there's a bunch of DM170s that went down for a bunch of dampeners with the bolts coming out of them and stuff. Basically been on Dodge ever since those videos I made for the past, well, almost 2 years have been coming out. I've been on them asking for a recall because, you know, it's not a very good feeling that, you know, at some random point in time, bolts can just come out of your dampener and then just turn into your engine and tear it up. And then you literally have a 50-50 chance between only needing a new dampener and a timing cover compared to needing a new engine. And with a lot of people's DM170s going out of warranty period, something needs to actually be done about this. So I asked them specifically about the dampener recall, that there was some paperwork that Dodge was going to actually do this, but there's no ETA on when exactly the recall is going to actually happen. So I went and spoke to him about this again, and he was basically telling me that it's basically with, I believe, engineering that he said. And he tells me that every few weeks he asks for an update, and he keeps getting that there's no really ETA for getting this particular thing done. So if you're still waiting for a dampener recall for DM170, he's waiting for it too. And hopefully it'll come sooner rather than later, because that's something that, you know, I haven't had done on my DM170. I mean, I did put out there, you know, I think a few months ago that, hey, look, if we went and bought our own replacement like ATI dampeners, like literally the same diameter, could Dodge just reimburse the cost and reimburse the cost for the dealers to install it? But I didn't really get like I think they said they're going to look into maybe doing that, but I haven't really got word about that. So I'll probably if Matt's watching this video, he might text me about that, or I might get a text from somebody else. But that would be a cool alternative to me, that if we can get reimbursed for buying our own dampener that's the same diameter as the stock one, but be able to basically make sure our Demon won't go kaput when the bolts come out. I think that'd be a cool thing that Dodge would do. Just look the other way when it comes to like warranty repairs. Like, oh yeah, you got a different kind of damper on there, but I'm like, hey, look, it's approved by Dodge, so whatever. Okay, now the second part of this video, I asked questions about D170 was the rusty suspension that is on the control arms of D170. Now, I had a few people in the Facebook group that was saying that they were trying to see if Dodge would go replace control arms, because there are a bunch of D170s that have a bunch of rusty control arms. And I literally try to tell them that, yeah, I raised this concern with Dodge like literally 2 years ago, back in like 2023, 2024, because other people have had the same thing a couple years ago. Their cars sitting there at Brampton and, you know, salt on the road, snow on the road and stuff, things rust. So when I talked to Dodge back then, they basically gave me the same answer that they gave me now, that unless these rusty control arms that I'm showing you images of right now, unless those control arms lead to an actual failure, then they won't replacement. So, or replace it. So this is something that's common on literally any Challenger and Charger, from an XXT all the way to a Demon 170. You're going to find these control arms to be rusty. It is what it is. But I don't really see a lot of people saying that their control arms failed. It's more like of a cosmetic issue than it is a, you know, a safety issue and stuff. So basically the same exact answer I got from the last time, a couple years ago to now, is that if you want to fix the cosmetic of it, get a dry ice treatment of it to get rid of the surface rust off of it, and just spray it with like a rust inhibitor, and you should be good. So I haven't done that in my car because mine hasn't sprayed, because like I said, I don't normally live in a snowy environment. It's typically warm, you know, 8-9 months out of the year, and it doesn't snow where I live at. It snowed like one time here in North Carolina where I live at, but it hasn't snowed here in like 10 years other than that. So, but that's the second part of this video, because I asked mainly like 3 questions for D170 about the dampener recall, the rusty control arms, and now stage kits. So if you guys remember last year, I made a video around SEMA last year, where Dodge dealers were told that they were going to get new stage kits. And some of those stage kits also included ones for the TRX. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be for the previous generation TRX. It's not the new one, which would be pretty cool if the new one gets a stage kit to bump up the horsepower. Because you guys remember the other video that I made, Ford has a 900 horsepower stage kit for the Raptor R. I think they're just waiting to see what the actual performance numbers of the actual 777 TRX is before they release it. Oh, there's another plane. I'll wait till that gets done. There's planes everywhere. But Ford has a 900 horsepower Raptor R stage kit. It basically is like a new blower and some tuning and stuff like that. So they're just waiting to see, I'm pretty sure just waiting to see what the performance numbers of the actual TRX is in real life before they actually release that kit, which would be pretty cool if they do release it. That means that it's going to force my dear friend Tim Kaniskis to release a 900 horsepower TRX kit, which would be pretty freaking cool. Speaking of that, we got the Raptor R with up to 720 horsepower.
Yeah, I got it. 702, 720. You know,
I think he's all over it.
The thing is,
if
I put you in a 702 and a 720 and a 740, you can't tell.
No.
Hey,
you can't
on
tell.
paper, I'm feeling inferior, man.
But
On paper.
No, you're right.
I may or may not have a little ego, so.
Ford, please do it. Last year, I told you guys that dealers were told there's gonna be more stage kits. Now, I've not really gotten any information about when those are gonna get released. I'm gonna ask again, but now I know exactly who to ask, because I was talking to Matt McAleer about that, and he was basically just saying that, yeah, if there's gonna be any stage kits in the future, that falls under direct connection, and that falls under my dear friend, Tim Kaniskis. So I know to bug my friend, Tim Kaniskis, to death about stage kits, and especially stage kits for the D170, because I was telling Matt, I was like, you know, it would be nice if we had a stage kit D170. D170 has 1,025 horsepower. It'd be nice to have like maybe a smaller pulley or something like that, to have like a stage 1 kit or whatever, or, you know, different tuning or whatever to get more horsepower than the ZR1, which I believe that has what, 1,065 horsepower. And then eventually another more powerful stage kit maybe a whipper blower or something else like that can get us close to the 1,200 horsepower. Because I mean, to me, it doesn't seem like it would be that much R&D money to go and try to get this car up to another 100, 200 horsepower compared to waiting maybe another 3 or 4 years before we see like a over 1,000 horsepower Charger Demon. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a Charger Demon, which I'm pretty sure going to be a very cool car, especially being all-wheel drive, being over 1,000 horsepower. That's going to be something that I'm definitely going to be waiting on. Because, I mean, I like the six-pack cars, but I'm more of a type of person where I want the highest, fastest possible version of a car. That's typically who I am. Like, I want the Escalade V, I want a Demon 170, I want a ZR1. I mean, I want the fastest version of the car. I don't really do mid-version cars, which is like my Z06. I mean, I want a ZR1, but I mean, it's kind of hard to find one at MSRP. And because my Z06 was like 180-some K spec'd out and stuff, and ZR1 is really not that much more compared to what that one is spec to. So it's like, but anyway, but that just go to say that I don't know exactly if Dodge is going to actually make a stage kit. It's not something that's really under Dodge's wheelhouse. It's more something that's under Direct Connection and Tim Knis's wheelhouse. And I'll definitely be bugging him about stage kits, because I know at Road Kit Nights last year, I bugged him about stage kits for the Durango. So I was like, you know, the Durango, the TRX is essentially the same exact vehicle. I mean, if you have both those vehicles, I mean, other than getting to go pass through carb and emissions and stuff, I mean, I'm pretty sure those will be very popular stage kits. There's a ton of Durangos. I mean, Dodge told us themselves, they got a ton of sales of the Durango. The Durango is having its best sales year in the last year or two. So why not have stage kits for that vehicle? Or why not have stage kits for the TRX? There's plenty of guys who have Gen 1 TRXs and that's still under warranty that I'm pretty sure they would love to have a stage kit for it. I mean, and all these engines are virtually the same. They're virtually the exact same Hellcat engine that's in the Durango Hellcat, the TRX, the Challenger and Charger and stuff. So I'm just going like, I would love to see stage kits for all these vehicles, because I think that's a good way for Dodge to kind of continue to support the older cars and still get revenue from the older cars. Because I talked to Tim and them about, you know, doing support for other cars, kind of like, because not everybody is going to be wanting to actually buy the newer Dodge cars. Like, a lot of people don't really like the style of them. A lot of people like the engine choices of them. A lot of people like the prices of them. But if they keep their older cars, Dodge can and Direct Connection can still, you know, support those cars, make revenue off of it, help everybody out get more power, help them get more revenue. It's like a win-win to me. But that's basically it for this video. I am going to be constantly getting on my dear friend Tim Knis's nerves about stage kits, because I want to see the Demon 170 have, I don't know, 1,100 horsepower. I don't think that's really, you know, too much to ask for. I know it's going to cost R&D money and stuff, but I mean, you know, he did say in a video, Tim Knis is like, hey, you know, when we were talking about the TRX having less horsepower than the Raptor R, that hey, he might have a little bit of ego and stuff, and that little bit of ego jumped the horsepower from 700 to 777 in the TRX. That way it has more horsepower than the Raptor R. So why not give us more horsepower than the ZR1, go from 1025 to, I don't know, 1125. An extra 100, 200 horsepower, I mean, maybe that's a pulley, maybe that's, you know, some tuning and stuff. Who knows? But hey, Dodge, can you please, well, not really Dodge, Direct Connection, can you guys please make a stage kit for the Demon 170? I'll be oh so giddy to go and be a guinea pig and try it out. But that's all I got to talk about this video right here. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And until the next time, I am out.